Welcome to First Person Defender, where good guy role players come face to face with unknown attackers in real-world scenarios and fight their way out.
Do it now!
Each episode of First Person Defender features a situation straight out of real life.
Down on the ground now!
This is First Person Defender. Right out of the news, an altercation at a party gets ugly and quickly turns violent.
Yeah, my name's Colin. I work at an automated valve company in Louisiana. I grew up around guns, so from a young age of probably 4 or 5, I got my first Daisy BB gun. And we had guns in our house our whole life, so we grew up, hunting and fishing and, have a general good knowledge of guns ever since I was a young kid. So straight out of high school, I joined the Marine Corps and went into the infantry and I did 1 term, so 4 years in the Marine Corps infantry, and deployed in 2004 and 2005 as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom 2.
I'm 21 and a half years military, and I'd be the first to tell you that a lot of what we get, regardless of your branch, doesn't equate to the immediately unfolding spontaneous situations that happen in the streets. Colin seems enthusiastic. He's got some prior background, but I believe he's got it dated somewhere in the 10 years ago kind of ballpark.
I do a little bit of recreational shooting, just casual range days. I did a pistol course one time. There was a little competition pistol course that wasn't my strong suit, but enjoyed doing it. So anytime I can go to the range and shoot a few rounds, it's always good for me.
In the scenario, like a lot of the scenarios here on First Person Defender, we're going to utilize some dedicated role players to kind of amp up the reality. There's going to be some screaming, going to be some motion. There's going to be some people that are going to be confronting him, asking for help, things along these lines. And we're going to see how Colin deals with that.
It sounded fun at first. I'm a little nervous now, to tell you the truth, but I'm excited to go out there and test my skills and always find a way to think a little differently and run through different scenarios that could easily happen any day in real life. So if I ever do encounter those scenarios, I'll be better prepared.
All right, Colin, here's what we're going to be doing, okay? You're essentially in some sort of event or workplace location, and for whatever the reason, you and your wife are here together, but the two of you are in separate rooms. And what I want you to do is I want you to go from point A to point B as expeditiously as you can, and essentially collapse this and clear to wherever you think your wife's at.
For this scenario, Colin is told his wife is at a party in the next room. As he settles in, Wes explains that people in yellow shirts are not in play. Anyone else is part of the scenario.
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Whoa,
buddy.
What's up?
Hey.
Slow down.
They got boyfriends?
We're married.
You got boyfriends?
What's going on over here?
From what I learned in the service, if a fight comes, anything can happen.
In the seconds between ready to fight and actively engaged, have you done everything in your power to defend yourself? This is Condition Crimson, and in Condition Crimson, we stand.
The Ruger LC9S, a striker-fired version of the award-winning Ruger LC9 pistol, has a short, light, crisp trigger pull for faster, more accurate shooting, and provides personal protection in a slim, lightweight, concealable handgun. Another rugged, reliable firearm from Ruger.
Deep penetration and massive expansion. For ultimate stopping power when the stakes are at their highest. That's what you get with Remington Ultimate Defense.
First Person Defender, brought to you by Simunition, Smith & Wesson, and Firearms Legal Protection.
Hey, ladies.
Hey. Whoa, buddy.
What's up?
Hey.
Slow down.
They got boyfriends? Just a little? They got boyfriends?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, we're married.
You got boyfriends?
No.
What's going on over here?
Hey, get over here. Put it down! Lauren, come here.
All right. Index, index, index. Yeah, what happened, Colin? What happened?
It was fat. I guess I was expecting more of a scenario that I had to think, had a little more time to think, but I just kind of rushed in. It was an emergency situation, and I don't think I was expecting it as much. And before you know it, a guy drew a gun, had my wife, and so I had to make a decision to draw my firearm or not, and I drew my firearm when I saw his gun, and then I put some shots on target.
Coming out of that room, coming to this room, I mean, initially, what did you see?
I saw two people around my wife, you know, it was some hands-on, a little grappling going on, and I wasn't, I didn't know who they were or what they were doing or what their intentions were, but I could tell from the sound of her voice that it wasn't right.
Okay, okay.
He was spinning around a little bit, and before you know it, I saw a holster and saw a gun come out, and then he shot an individual who was there. I don't know who it was, but he actually pulled his gun out and took some shots, and then pulled my wife around the corner, and then I came around the corner and shot back.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna have you do. We got a left-handed piece of cover here, okay? Now, we're gonna be coming in here, and assuming I had a gun, I'm coming in, I'm gonna go ahead and clear around this cover. I'm gonna slice this incrementally, just a little bit at a time. Try to minimize how much anybody could see of me as I'm coming around this corner, and try to maximize as much of what I can see around this corner until I can get to where I can actually see my target. Now here, I've got really good purchase on my target at a really, really sharp angle, but I'm keeping myself as tight and as tucked around here as I possibly can. I'm taking my time getting to it. And then on the other side of this coin, we've got a right-handed piece of cover where I'm gonna have you get a lot closer to it, you know, like you're in a little tiny hallway, okay? And you're gonna come up here, and it's the same thing. You're gonna work around this. You're gonna have to collapse a little bit with that pistol. You don't have anything to point the gun at yet, so we're not coming up and muzzling everything. We get around, boom, and then we've got up here where we can be able to get our purchase and put our hits on our target, okay? Pretty simple stuff. It's probably something you've probably done in the past when you were in the Marine Corps. All right, now rule of thumb is always at least an arm's length or greater. We don't want to be too far, we don't want to be too close, but right about where you're at is where I want you to start. So you got something going on that side, so let's go ahead and work our way around that corner. And when we get to where we can successfully see that target, let's put 2 rounds center mass of that target. Okay. All right, let's do it. Okay, go and scan, recover back to the holster so we can move across the room. All right, let's come on over here. Now the same thing, I want you to get closer to the wall. Now we're simulating that we're in a really crappy little tight little hallway. Okay, so come up, same scenario, work yourself around that right-hand piece of cover. When you see the target, 2 rounds center mass of that target. Okay, go ahead and recover. All right, good job. All right, pretty simple stuff, pretty basic stuff, but a lot of times it's stuff we forget because it's stuff we haven't done in a long time. Slow ourselves down, keep ourselves under control, and work each one of these corners as its own barricade. All right? Yep.
Give me your purse! Give me your purse! Give me your purse! Get your purses!
If you have to use a gun in self-defense, you will need an attorney. Let our experienced attorneys protect your freedom and assets with a membership in Firearms Legal Protection. For more, go to firearmslegal.com.
Slim, concealable, and powerful protection. The M&P Shield by Smith & Wesson. Confidence? We perfected that years ago.
First Person Defender, brought to you by Crimson Trace, Springfield Armory, and Remington. Colin did well in the first scenario, so Wes changed it up for the second run. The setup looks the same, but our good guy will just have to figure it out when things go bad.
Yep. Give me your purse! Give me your purse! Give me your purse! Get your purses! Get your purses! Stop! Drop the gun!
All right, index. All right, Colin, what happened?
Heard some calls for help. Opened the door, immediately saw someone to my left, but could tell the screams were coming from on the other side of the wall. So I skipped that and proceeded to the other side of the wall to the screams where I heard. And
Right, wrong, or otherwise, I mean, he blew by, he caught around from the suspect or the bad guy that was in that room, but he drove on to deal with the situation where his wife was at. So, I mean, I'm having a hard time faulting him for that, but from a tactical perspective, I mean, I think I'd take one problem down first before I started dealing with the second problem.
I immediately opened the door. I knew my front and my right was clear because I could see everything. I should have immediately pied to the left and checked the left side before I entered the room any farther to head toward the screams.
And then you went around the corner and you got the guy that's holding the gun to your wife.
Yep.
What happened there?
Told him to drop the gun. He didn't drop the gun, so I moved around until I had a clear shot and put some shots on target.
Okay.
Thinking back on it, I don't remember the revolver. I don't remember, what I was shooting. I could have had any pistol in my hands, and I don't really remember my sight picture that much. I just remember focusing on the target.
It's tough when you're working by yourself. You're a single man clearing a house. It's a very daunting task, and sometimes you have to make decisions. We hear this a lot, literally from everybody that comes on the show that is experienced, that, man, I've got some background, I've got some training, or I used to go here, I used to go to classes there, but I haven't done it in a while.
It's very realistic as far as the adrenaline flow and how your mind kind of changes, and sometimes you get stuck in that tunnel vision of how you react.
And our scenarios are short and sweet, and they come out of that thinking, man, I'm rusty.
More firearms training is good for anyone, no matter your beginner to expert skill level. You should always get out there, and if you ever think you're going to carry a firearm, you need to be proficient in your training and know what you're going to do.
His motivation, dedication, what was going on, his just enthusiasm for being part of this event. I mean, he made the event real.